This one's for you.
Fat beats.
Oh.
I like
Fat
that one.
beats. Yeah. Oh, the song?
That was a good one.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn, well, look at that. You guys on a good show. Let me tell you. This one's a little loose, right? But we're going to defy some definition. I recently discovered, off of our topic from last week, actually, that... What were we talking about? How the role of parents, right? Like, what does it mean to parent? And I suppose I want to get a little deeper on that as a main topic, but also discovered that there's actually a word for this, guys. In Latin, literally, the same word for children is the same word for freedom and liberty.
Whoa.
It's the same word, liberi. 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 It's the same word, as if I didn't know.
You sound like a library?
Library. Yes. I knew someone was going to talk about library. And actually, liber is inner tree bark in Latin, which became a book, which then became library, which is not related. It just happens to be a similar word. But
So you're telling me there was a library?
you telling me there's free children at a library?
Oh, God.
All right.
Yeah,
It's all right,
crazy.
Joe.
How does that relate to libations?
Libations. I don't know. This is getting too deep. I'm going to stick to this. I don't know. I'm not a scholar. But yeah, isn't that super interesting? I was just talking last week that I didn't even like the idea for parent because there's almost like a freedom of a child. And I'm not going to argue any transgender sex shows, but it's just like, what? But what is going on? Like, I think we have so much feeling that there is this power over the child. When the definition in Latin, in Rome, was free. It's literally where liberty comes from. It's that you should be able to be free, be your own person, experience this life on your own throughout the lens someone else has given you.
Damn, but then the child is destined for the opposite of freedom.
What's that? Why you say that?
Not with good parents.
Right, but to be bound with the chains of life, the opposite of freedom. Just growing into adulthood, you lose that freedom.
That's what makes children so special.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. You got to give me beginning, middle, and end.
I'm just saying children lose their freedom over time. That they can only be free at that time in their life.
Why?
Because that's a good question.
Yeah, based on the last thing we said, they're always free if they're with God.
Well,
It's just like, why do they feel like you have to impose your will as a parent? I get it. And much like all these opinions, I always get it. I understand. Don't make the same mistakes I did. But at the same time, they're not going to. It's just kind of logic. They're gonna live their own life. They're gonna go to a different school. They're gonna have different friends. The best you can do is guide. That's why I says defying definition. The word parent is better as like genetic guardian or guider of sorts.
Yeah, I agree.
Protecting the bad, especially if there's the father and mother, and that's the real ideal, where the mother can show them love and how to interact and how to appreciate people, but the father could push them out into the world and say, hey, go scrape your knees.
I think what Evan's trying to say is that at some point,
I hear you saying
just
this.
the reality
Thank you.
of life will come to get them in terms of like they need to work to put food on the table or in their stomachs. They have to assimilate somehow.
Assimilate, that's a good word.
Right? We can't all just be completely free if we want to.
The
make it
Romans
past.
say different, Marco.
Oh, that's why I fell.
Yeah, because when
Well, I can tell you a lot of reasons.
when
why.
does a child
Well,
stop
that's
being
it.
a child? So when
Oh,
does
that's a
child
good
stop
question.
being
Oh,
free.
Deep.
You know,
And do they stop being free? Okay, I'll give you half point. Ryan, you are killing it.
I'm trying, dude.
And when
Are
does
children always free? Because technically, just the definition of child is liberi. But once you become an adult,
Yeah.
you have a different word for adult and a different role depending on who you are.
and when does a parent stop being a parent? And I just think
deep.
parent doesn't really, that word doesn't hold enough weight for what it is. The
Yes.
genetic guardian.
Right.
Guardian.
What'd you say? Guardian? What?
Genetic guardian.
Genetic
That was it.
guardian. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
But even without the word genetic, just guardian.
Yeah, I
then
suppose
Because
guardian.
then you think about like someone who's been adopted.
wanna be more
They-
specific.
those people, they're parents, but yet they're their guardian.
Right, like it's the same role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see why not, right?
So-
It is the same exact role.
I guess I just looked up the Latin word for adult, and it's adultus, which means to grow up or reach maturity.
Ooh.
Someone who has reached maturity or full-grown status. So I guess that does bring up that
Status.
question right back. Like, when does that happen? Because you
Yeah.
lose that freedom when that happens. Like what
Right.
I've been saying. Like on some level, you can
Yeah.
in your heart still feel like you're a child and be,
Be free.
Yeah, but on some level,
that's
you
right.
cross this
So,
path.
Marco,
Ooh, that's to imply that some point you're not free. Maybe. I'm just putting it
Yeah,
out
because
there.
of life.
when did you think you weren't free anymore?
Ah, don't ask me that. When I was a kid, man.
Oh, man.
I'm really,
Well,
really
I
young.
can't say it on the internet.
Because I feel like once you stop being free is when you get like your first job, because you start earning your own money. You have to start buying things yourself.
Okay, I like it. That's a good definition. Anyone else?
I never felt free. I think this is a conversation I have with Mitch. Like, I don't think
You gotta love Marco. He's the pessimist.
Never
happened. Guys, I don't know about this freedom
I
nonsense.
genuinely feel like I never got the chance to understand who I am at a young age. So I
agree
took
with
me
Marco.
yeah.
Oh, we got two
I'm
over
giving
here.
him a point.
That-
Hey!
As close as I can.
All right, give him a half point.
It must be the Eastern European thing again,
must
coming
be,
right
yeah,
back.
Wow.
You must do this, son. You must play the violin and
Yeah.
swim
Wait.
and do this.
Now, do you think that's just because of shitty parents,
Probably.
or do
I
you
mean,
think
this
it's
goes.
more of an inherent thing?
Yeah, it's just parents, man. They don't
think that's
allow
always gonna be
the
how it
children
is?
to be free because I know better.
Damn. Do you
Right.
think that's the curse of parenthood?
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're
So
kinda going
That's
a little
easy.
bit- a little
Like
bit back
I
to
know this
last
whole
week,
section is
but-
defying definition, but we're not kind of doing that, right?
Yeah.
It-
Well, we're
then
doing
saying-
something.
So then saying
You're getting there.
your guardians were more of a parent figure, more of a
more like a
Right. If
superior
we're using our
figure.
definition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Mandatory violining kind of convolutes what the word art is supposed to be about. It's like, art isn't supposed to be
Damn, that's a
forced.
good one.
You know,
That's
you're not-
another half point.
It was more like a mandatory piano. I don't know what Marco.
Oh,
yeah,
was,
there-
but for
it
me, was
doesn't matter.
Mandatory
Violin,
piano. What,
For
Marco,
the
what
rest
is-
of us that didn't need to take musical classes, we have genetic guardians now. Wow, what was it? You guys at
I don't know what Marco. What'd you suffer?
yeah,
through?
what'd you suffer through?
All right, wait. In terms of what?
Music.
Music?
And
For-
why
forced
why do you
music.
feel that you don't have a genetic guardian, that you have a parent? That's what I want to know.
So today on Dr. Phil,
Damn. Today on Dr. Wisdom.
ancient Dr. Wisdom.
Paging Dr. Wisdom.
I understand that as an adult, like if I know I'm gonna know more than my kids, right? In terms of like
Oh,
what
I
to
see,
do.
Marco.
But
I know
what I don't know more
than
than them is what they want and how they want to be free. Not saying that I also, as a parent, let's not go down that path you mentioned earlier of not having some rules and boundaries. If you
So you
are
don't
in
want
my
your
place.
son to be Tesla.
Oh,
You're
damn.
okay with
Really?
your son.
No, I'm really okay with my son not
Okay,
being Tesla.
good.
I want him
Wow.
to figure out what he wants, and then I can help him guide
Oh, see, I agree
To
with
that
that.
goal.
I totally agree with that.
with the,
100%.
all the knowledge that I've gained throughout my life. I can help him get to that goal.
Good.
It's
Tell
like
me what you heard him saying.
like not gonna force.
He didn't say
his-
the line, but it's
What
You gotta
I
say-
hear you say is
Boom.
you're not gonna force your child to do things. You're gonna let them experience things, but kind of like you said, guide them. Like, I know what this is, so I'm gonna show you maybe what to do or what not to do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guide you to left or right.
And they're free to make choices. I mean, I think up to a certain extent, right? Let's not go
Oh yeah, there's
run wild. They're not going to go
limits.
Marco and his
cause
balance.
mischief, right? Yeah, balance and everything. That's important.
I would let my child get into mischief and stuff because that's how they'll learn.
A little ding dong
you know.
ditch never hurt anyone, all right? You know,
Hey,
yeah,
except for
ding
that
dong.
old lady who fell.
I'd
Trying
kill
to
a
get to that
ding-dong
door.
ditch.
Yeah,
I'll be right there. It takes her a half hour to get there.
Because that's what the children need is more of a guidance than someone.
So what Ryan is saying is that guardian, even genetic guardian, is not good enough for him. He wants guider / guardian.
Sensei.
He wants a sensei.
Exactly,
To
'cause-
guide and guard.
'cause-
Actually, the sensei wouldn't guard. He'd just guide.
Unless he knew kung fu.
Oh, maybe. No, he'd let you get your ass kicked.
yeah, he would.
I think that's part of the training.
now?
Yeah, that's not. You'll want to do this now.
your mistake?
You have to fight the dragon.
Yes.
You gotta
Yeah.
fight the
rock bottom.
dragon.
You gotta lose.
I feel like that's such a masculine thing to say. It's like you guys don't even care about this child. Don't you even care?
I'm sorry. Can't take that seriously.
Don't you care
I'm
about
gonna guide
love?
this child how
What
to
about
fight
kindness? What about being sweet?
That's what mom's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was
I guess
pretty
there's just a
sweet
bunch
when
of
they
dudes
fought-
here.
It was
I'm sorry.
pretty sweet
That's
when
gonna
they
get me
fought the
canceled.
dragon.
You're like, fuck that. Who needs a woman? Don't put words in my mouth, Mitch.
And
yeah.
when Marco was saying he wanted to guide his son to be the next Tesla,
Sure.
I just feel like that's not guiding. I feel like that's desiring.
No.
Oh,
That's what my dad.
interesting.
In a way, it's parenting.
Half point.
That's good. I actually really agree with that. My dad always desired to be a big soccer player, for example, football, and he just never was. So he was really upset with me for my entire childhood that I didn't like soccer.
He was really.
He never let it go.
He hated me.
To become what I
My
wanted to
dad-
be.
Yeah. It's
Sorry,
because he
Marco.
desired something
Oh
and he
my
wanted
God.
to see it through
This is why he's a philosopher.
through someone else.
That's why he
rather
has his
than
own Chinese
live it
background.
himself.
See, I would desire my child to be whatever they wanted to be.
Damn.
You know,
Yeah.
I would guide them in whatever path they would want. to
Is
be guided.
guiding letting though?
I don't want to put my plates
I
on
mean,
though.
guiding is like, you know, like go that way if you want. If you want, I'll guide you this way. But if you want to go this way, if you desire to go this way, you know, if the child desires to go right and you tell them to go left,
Whoa.
it's all about.
There's like
their-
this counterintuitive nature, right? Oh, this is deep, right? I'm just having this thought. You say go this way, let him go the way he wants to go. But then if you guide him this way, the way he desires to go, but you want to guide him the other way,
Yeah.
that's you desiring.
what you want out of your child.
Whoa, that's deep. They fight each other.
Now I have a question to pose.
I'll give you that half.
Do you think that everyone thinks this, and that at some point, like you set your boundaries, and that's where things start getting messed up, right? We all probably are saying we want to guide our kids, but there are also things that we don't want to guide them towards, or don't want them to.
I like
we
that.
will put our foot down and
that's
say
a half
no.
point for Marco.
There will always be stuff you don't want your child to be like influenced by or guided to because you don't want them to get all fucked up.
Or are you
know?
saying, Marco, that the child has to set up his boundaries? That's what I heard from that. What I hear you saying is,
Because it's encroaching on the freedom.
yeah, right? I think at a certain point, especially through adolescence, you get to a stage where, Dad, don't tell you what to do!
Right. Your
And it's like
freedom's
there's a
disappeared.
way to guide,
Yeah.
but yeah, and maybe that's the point of Liberi becoming Adultus.
So that just brings one question to my head. Like, am I supposed to guide my child if he wants to become a gang member or once at 6 years old to
This is heavy.
change his gender? Right? I don't believe in that as a
Yeah.
person. I think that's way not even touching the subject. That's way too young to be making such a decision.
Yeah,
I
Right?
think it'll come
That's
up
it,
organically.
yeah.
You'll
So,
just say like, I
but
wouldn't
we
do
say
it, but
yeah, but we say yeah, no way. But there's happening
I want a
all over
gangbang.
the place.
Yeah, no, it is because that's what they desire because they see other people being that gang member, doing that violence or whatever
Right.
they're doing. They desire that because that's what they want.
So is that happening because I failed to guide them the proper way?
If you still try to guide them away, like let's say they're getting into the gang violence and you're trying to guide them out of it, they still will desire the gang violence. It doesn't matter if you want to guide them the way you can try to guide
Right.
them how you want to guide them. They're still going to desire what they want to desire.
But did
because
they-
the children is free and the
children
they'll
is
do
free, yo.
what they want to do, even if you still try to stop them.
But did they end up going that way because I did not guide them correctly? And by
That's their
even
choice.
saying that, by even saying I did not guide them correctly, I think I lose the entire point of letting them guide themselves entirely,
Well,
which is the
like-
most difficult part about this.
Like saying if they join a gang or get into some hardcore stuff and you try to guide them out, you can warn them. You could get shot, you could get arrested, jailed for lots of years. Once they start thinking about that, maybe they'll start leaning towards your guidance. and then they'll become something else that they desire.
Be one of those parents that put them on TV with put them in jail.
The people
shit.
on the Scared Straight.
Scared Straight, yeah.
That's a whole different thing. Because
No, yeah.
that's just insane. I would love to
Marco,
see
honestly, this whole conversation makes me just want to be like more like my dad to a kid. Like everything I'm hearing, I'm just gonna just copy my dad. Like this sounds terrible. I'm just gonna go with what my dad did.
No, fucking kids are stupid.
They're fucking stupid. They don't know what they're
This is
doing.
a terrible idea. Whatever you guys are saying.
Dad's I have point, but I'll give Coach a full point. That was hot. Yeah, it's just like, wait, all this freedom nonsense. I don't like this.
I'm just gonna go with what my dad did.
I don't like this one bit. It's funny. Wait, so this is deep. I see a lot about seeing, right? You say you need to see to desire, Ryan. You need to see the gangbang, and this is such an extreme. example.
Hey.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's all hard.
But I gotta go along with what you're saying. So you see gangbanging in the street.
Yeah, you see gangbang in the streets, and then
you're like,
oh,
that
that's
sounds cool. Guns and shit. Damn.
Wow.
That sounds wild.
They
Bitches.
also see the money, and they want the
man.
money because they desire
Fat
to be
stacks?
rich.
Yeah,
Fat
right.
stacks, agree.
But then, in the case of Scared Straight,
Yeah.
you also got to see the negative side of that. You have to
yeah.
experience, because you don't learn unless you experience, and I think that's the biggest problem for the parental figure, let's say, which is that you know that some things can only be learned through experience.
Yeah. Because you don't learn from experience. I mean, you do learn from experience, but you can't get that experience unless you see. And, yeah, man. That's what I think.
You gotta see.
You gotta see.
You gotta see to be, baby.
You gotta see to be, man. You gotta see.
You gotta live to learn. I'm seeing right now.
Whatever happens, happens, homie.
Oh, I like it.
I just think the idea of talking about gangbanging with your father will never come up organically. It's like,
You don't know.
Yeah, what do you
You didn't
I
have
just went
that
for an
life.
extreme example, okay?
It's like, well, I
Try not to get too political here.
I wouldn't advise you be a gangbanger, but
Well, yeah.
Clearly, you don't know Ice Cube.
I mean,
you're not going to end up on NCIS.
drugs. Like, oh, this kid's gonna
Iced
start
tea?
doing
Is that the
drugs.
one? Yeah.
Iced tea.
Yeah,
That's
different
like,
iced drinks.
Ice Cube was Boys in the Hood because he was
yes.
gangbanging because that's what he desired to do.
Supposedly, just like my daddy.
Ice Cube goes into Ice Tea.
NWA.
Oh, dude, they work best together.
Yeah. Like,
Wow,
look at the
deep.
NWA. They desired the money and the fame, and they were also doing the
What does that NWA stand for, Ryan?
Word I'm not allowed to say with attitude.
Oh, okay.